Hey, welcome back. This is LuminousStress, where we're always stressed out. And if you can't tell, my voice sounds a little off today because I decided to go on a work trip out of state. And while I was there, I was in an area where there were some family members of ours. So we went to visit them, and they had COVID and the flu. And by the time we started driving home, I think we did too. But hey, we'll walk out on the deck today and look at the beautiful sun coming up on our little homestead here. Fire's crackling like normal. As you can see, got a little building, built new milk parlor back there. And up on the hill, we've got a new wool farm. So maybe I'll shoot to some footage of that, of the process of building both of those. Did time lapse them both, and nothing crazy special about either build. Just two additions that we really needed to the farm. If you're gonna have a homestead, you can't beat having a couple milk cows around. I know that when my wife and I farmed, that was one of the first animals we got, and I mean, the beef alone made it really, really worthwhile. But when we started milking the cows too, oh my goodness, we were throwing milk away. We were getting so much milk, but just the kids loved it. We loved it. We used to make so much out of the milk. So much you can do with it. Oh, wonderful times. Lots of good memories. And then up on the hill, we built a wool farm. This is another one of those designs where there's nothing too difficult about it. It did take a little bit of time, a little bit of resource gathering involved, but now it'll allow us to, let's go up there and look, give you a quick tour of it, or maybe we'll wait and do that at the end. But anyway, the what the wool farm allows us to do is I've got 16 different sheep in there with 16 different colors of wool. So we are passively, automatically, just constantly making new wool. And so as we decide to do some projects later on that require those items, we'll have them. They're also something that we could easily take in to our trading shack and trade to the other players on the server. So with that in mind, I mean, you can see the homestead is slowly building out, but I have been off for a couple of weeks. So I thought what might be interesting to do is to just fly around and let's put some wings on first, kind of see what everybody else has been doing. We come up on the hill. We used to have all of our timber up here that we were constantly farming, and Jamie Games decided that it was getting in her way, asked if she could take it down. Of course, we told her she could, and so that is cleared out. But you can see she's got a lot more going on up here. Looks like a bigger smelter. Still got the axolotl swimming around in there, which are neat. I like how she did this little stream coming out of it. And of course, we've got just simple trees down here. Looks like she started to mine that one and didn't finish. Still has a little friend in here, and she's got a couple nice buildings. She's got a lot of cats going around. Seems to be a reoccurring theme on this server. I've got quite a bit as well. Really helps keep the creepers from coming in and accidentally blowing something up. Ooh, look at that. She's even got a wolf with full armor back there. Doesn't want to turn around and say hi, but I'd go pet him, but they have a way of attacking you when you do that. So we'll leave him be. Let's see what else we got back here. These are the sheep that I originally put back here. As you can see, the herd is much thinner because we pulled 16 out to use in our wool farm. But I figured since they were my sheep, it didn't matter. Nice little bridge over here that I'm not sure if Jamie built this or if Sky built this, but this is a simple little design, although it's absolutely beautiful. And there's a sign up here. Let's read the sign. Warning, excavation in progress, travel at own risk. Yeah, I know there was a counter up a few days ago saying how many days since the last incident, and I don't know where that sign is. If we can find it, we'll double check and see how long it's been. But yeah, I mean, this is a simple bridge, but I love the elegance of it, and it's a great way to span the ravine here. We've got some iron over in the distance. I'm not sure what that's about. We'll have to go look maybe. And let's see what else we can see. Looks like he's building maybe a train depot here. Got some large storage sheds of some kind. Oh yeah. Yep. Bulk storage facility for the mine. And of course, looks like he's got some horses in here as well. Very cool. And you can see he is piling up supplies. You never know when you'll need them. This is actually a really cool design. I like the simplicity of it. It has more of an industrial feel. But hey, when people went west, what was the first thing they did? They brought the east with them. They built storage. They built depots so they could bring more and more stuff in. Not sure if this is supposed to be office or lodging. Maybe lodging, a bunkhouse. Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's a bunkhouse. Got a little refrigerator, cleaning station, little kitchenette. Yep. Gotta have spots for the employees to work, and man, can't beat that view. It looks pretty nice. Oops. Another bridge here. This one for the trains crossing the ravine again. And I think this is the office situation over here. Watch for trains, railroad crossing. Yep. More storage, furnaces. But it just has more of an office feel. Yep, reception, got some books in here. I think we've actually, yep, visitor log, we've signed that one before. Temporary administrative office, there you go. It's really cool. Really liking what Sky's doing over here. This is awesome. And it is a pretty good scenic viewpoint. Still not sure what is going on with those iron bars. Not sure that we'll be able to tell. So yeah, we got Sky and Jamie Games right next to each other. This is looking really good. Explorer Redburn's been away as well. I don't see anything new necessarily for him, but check out his videos. Maybe he's done something that I just haven't noticed yet today. Kind of nice having the wings able to just get these aerial views. Kind of like the look of our little homestead down here. I'm trying to contain most of my stuff to this area over here by the water, but we do have a few things on the hill. And there used to be a big hole here. I'm slowly working to fill this in. I need to get some more red sand. I want to blend this in, but if we do need to go down into those mines, I did leave access. Been trying to torch it up so that we don't get too many mobs spawning right here, making a lot of noise. So yeah, that's the tour of the Minecraft trail right now. Oh, you know who we didn't see? Is Monkey Sea-Doo, who has been busy off to the south, if I remember correctly. So we'll fly out here. Here we go. That looks like more roads. Here we go. Yeah, I heard Monkey Sea-Doo was going to try and completely design a new biome, so check out his videos to see more of what he's doing. But it looks like a little bridge has been put back here and a couple starter buildings, and away he goes on the biome change. This is looking really nice. Looks like he's just got some storage here. Hopefully I'm not spoilering anything. Nice little house. Oh yeah, very cool. I don't want to go through everything because I don't want to spoil 100%. I didn't go through everybody else's buildings either. But looks like he is busy. And again, we'll take the advantage of our flight here just to get a good aerial look. Looking really, really, really good. We'll head back over towards our little neck of the woods. And Well, hey, as you can see, we've got the finished milk parlor here. It's nothing too fancy. I've got 3 cows on this side. And if you come over here, I've got 2 cows, one in each stanchion. Anybody who's milked cows in real life will notice that milking from behind is not a good idea unless you want kicked in the face. But this is Minecraft, and that's the best I could figure out given the short time here I had to work on this little project. It's a small barn. I like the overall look with it, mangrove and the diorite. I know there's some controversy on using diorite. Some people call it bird poop, but I think the white with the red mangrove really gives that classic barn feel, especially as you back away from it a little bit. So I'm happy with the way that this turned out. So I thought I'd walk through this build a little bit. Of course, we have to clear out an area anytime we're going to build anything new on the server. Flattened out the area just using orange terracotta to blend into the current surroundings. And here we go. So as you can see, I'm putting 8 barrels on each side with 2 hoppers going into it. There'll be a total of 16 sheep in this farm, collecting the 16 different colors of wool. Obviously, each 8 colors on each side. And then you have to use grass in a wool farm because the sheep eating the grass and the grass regenerating are going to be the 2 things that trigger the actual farming of the sheep. I think it's difficult to place these hopper mine carts. You have to place the hopper mine cart on the back hopper, and of course that means you have to put rails down first and then place the hopper mine cart and then delete the rail, because we, as you could see there, we wanted to push the grass down on top of it. That's not too tricky. It looks more difficult than it really is. You just use a piston and either a lever or a button to extend it and push the grass down on top of it to get that completely flat surface there. The only thing now being exposed is our barrels. Now I have to dig out because I need to put an observer down, followed by a dispenser. And the dropper, of course, is, the dispenser there is what's actually shearing the sheep. The observer underneath it will actually see the grass change when it goes from either grass to dirt or dirt back to grass. So as the sheep are eating the grass and it turns to dirt, that's also when they regenerate their wool. The observer will see all that, trigger redstone, and the dispenser will clip them, cutting the wool, which that drops into the hopper minecart, which of course the regular hoppers pick up and push into the barrels. Now, personally, I think this is one of the hardest parts of building the farm, that is getting all the sheep in place. As a kid, we raised sheep. I did it again as an adult. I've got cousins that are still doing it to this day. And moving like 50 sheep at one time is actually pretty easy. You get a hold of the ringleaders and you lead them where you want to go, and the rest follow. But when you're moving 2 or 3 sheep or 10 sheep, it's a whole different ball game. For some reason, it's more like herding cats, and they just don't like to follow as well. So thankfully in Minecraft, we get to use leads. That makes it a little better, but as you can see, there was some wrangling around to get them pushed in where they needed to be. Then it's just building the building around the sheep. I went for a simple pole structure with a very similar roof that you'll see on the homestead already. On a couple of the other builds, I used the acacia wood with spruce to kind of highlight the edges, like we did on our storage shed. And the slope matches more of probably the stable sitting next to it. So nothing too extreme here. You can go as fancy or as plain as you want. I'm trying to keep that homestead idea. And you know, in homesteads, you don't usually have a lot of money. You don't have a lot of flavorous things. And so it's all practicality, simple slopes, simple designs, keep the edges straight, keep the lines straight. You know, we're trying to keep the rain off. We're trying to keep mobs from spawning up there. And that's really about it. Put plenty of light on the inside, again, keeping mobs from spawning inside here. Probably have way too much light, but that's okay. And that's it. With a little bit of effort, you can have yourself a nice wool farm. The only thing that this video doesn't show is I did go back and color all of the sheep using the 16 different dyes. Well, I know it's kind of a shorter episode and maybe not the most exciting episode. My voice is still out of it from being sick. But I hope you enjoyed. Hope you come back again next week. We will hopefully have a little more going on in the episode. And honestly, it just comes down to how good I'm feeling. I'm happy I was able to put something together for this week. But I do wish the quality could have been better. Sorry for that. But as the sun goes down and the moon starts to rise on the server tonight, I think we'll call it a night, call that an episode, and we'll see you next week.